Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. Today we're taking a look at Robin Sharma's Stunning Success, Little Black Book. It's a really fascinating look at, well, at how to achieve stunning success.
And you know what's great about this book is it really challenges some of the traditional ideas about what success even means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, Sharma redefines leadership.
Uh-huh.
He says it's not about your position or title, it's a mindset anyone can have.
He's got this great story about a luggage store, Evex.
Okay.
An employee there went so far above and beyond fixing a broken handle, it just totally exemplifies leadership.
So like taking ownership, making people feel valued,
Yeah.
even in small things.
Absolutely. True leadership is about understanding people, not blaming them. It's about turning those difficult customer situations into chances to learn.
It's kind of like what he says about language, right?
Oh yeah, the world-class language.
The words we use actually shape our reality.
Right. If you call a setback a disaster, you're going to
Yeah.
feel way worse than if you see it as a challenge to overcome. It's like that Roger Bannister story breaking the 4-minute mile.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed impossible until he did it. Then everyone started doing it.
Because the belief shifted. What was impossible became possible.
So our thoughts really do become self-fulfilling prophecies.
Positive language leads to positive action, for sure.
So, okay, how do I use this world-class language in my life?
Okay.
Like, say I'm swamped with work deadlines. How would Sharma's approach help me there?
Instead of, I'm drowning in deadlines, you'd say, this is a chance to practice prioritizing and focusing my energy.
Okay, so it's about turning that feeling of being overwhelmed into a more positive, proactive approach.
Exactly. You're empowered to handle it strategically.
And that makes me feel more capable already.
That's the power of language. And while we're reframing things, Sharma also tackles this idea that success and significance are like opposite things.
Oh, I've always struggled with that. Can you really have both? Achieve great things and make a difference? What does Sharma say?
He says an extraordinary life integrates both. Success gives you the means to make an impact, and significance comes from using those means for something bigger than yourself.
So it's not just about being successful, but using that success to create positive change.
That's where the real fulfillment comes in, I think.
I can see that. Now, Sharma also talks about the importance of daily practices for everything: success, health, happiness.
He's really big on routines that support you on every level. He even shares some of his journaling, exercise, affirmations, music.
So he's deliberately creating the conditions for success.
Right. He calls it the swan effect.
Interesting.
High achievers make it look effortless, but behind the scenes, it's consistent effort. Like a swan gliding on water underneath, those feet are working like crazy.
So we don't see the work, but it's always there.
Precisely. And that consistent effort, even in small increments, makes a huge impact over time.
I want to dig into those practices more in a bit, but first, there's this other idea that grabbed my attention: simplifying and focusing.
Ah, yes. Trying to be everything to everyone leads to mediocrity, he says.
He even quotes Thoreau, simplify, simplify, simplify.
Exactly.
And he uses this great example of Ryanair, the Walmart of flying.
Interesting.
By simplifying, offering free flights but charging for extras, they became super profitable.
So counterintuitive, but it worked. It shows how focusing on what truly matters can have incredible results.
And that actually ties in with how Sharma views personal growth, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. He's all about 1% wins, small, continuous improvements instead of massive overnight change. Improve just 1% each day, and it compounds over time.
Like the saying, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.
Exactly. Small, consistent actions create real momentum.
Much less overwhelming than trying to change everything at once.
It's about evolution, not revolution. Now, here's a concept that really threw me for a loop. Sharma says our most challenging relationships actually offer the greatest growth opportunities.
How does that even work?
It's pretty profound when you think about it. Those tough relationships act like mirrors, showing us our own limiting beliefs and fears.
So it's not about avoiding conflict, but using it as a catalyst for self-awareness.
Exactly. He tells this story about a CEO who hired this recent grad known for being eccentric just to challenge the status quo.
Wow, so sometimes the people who push our buttons the most teach us the most.
It's like iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, I like that. But how do we make those relationships lead to growth and not just more conflict?
That's where next level listening comes in, which Sharma is a huge proponent of.
Okay, what's next level listening?
It's not just hearing the words, it's being fully present with someone. Noticing their body language, their tone, the emotions behind what they're saying.
He tells a story about the senior lawyer who was such an amazing listener that he earned everyone's respect and friendship.
Because deep listening makes people feel truly valued and understood,
It creates that genuine connection.
which is so important in today's world with all the distractions we have.
Totally agree. So how do we cultivate this kind of listening?
Start by being intentional. Put away the phone, turn off the TV, really focus on the person in front of you.
Which brings us to another important point, finding those pockets of peace in our busy lives.
The 3 S's, as Sharma calls them:
The 3 S's.
silence, solitude, and stillness.
Right. Creating space for reflection.
Exactly. It's so easy to get caught up in the constant noise and stimulation.
We forget to slow down and just be.
Some simple things can help: turning off the radio in the car, creating a peaceful home environment, even taking a daily vow of silence.
I think we really underestimate the power of silence in our lives.
It's in those quiet moments that we connect with our inner wisdom. And of course, we can't forget about the power of gratitude.
Oh yeah, even for the small things, right?
Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have.
It helps us appreciate the good stuff and become more positive.
He suggests making it a daily habit, a gratitude journal, thanking people, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around us.
Wow, so much to think about already. It's amazing how Sharma manages to pack so much wisdom into this book.
He has a knack for making complex ideas seem simple and actionable.
And I think what's really inspiring is that he empowers us to take ownership of our own success journey.
He's not just telling us what to do, he's inviting us to reflect, to challenge ourselves, and to find what resonates with us personally.
It's about becoming an active participant in our own growth.
Exactly. It's about empowering you to define your own stunning success.
So with that in mind, let's dig a little deeper into some of the strategies and practices Sharma outlines. What's next on our exploration?
Well, I think it's time we talk about his perspective on failure, or as he puts it, failing to win.
Now that's a phrase I can get behind. How does he reframe failure?
Well, he argues that when you're really pushing yourself, taking risks, aiming high, failure is inevitable.
It's just part of the process.
You can't let the fear of making mistakes stop you from trying new things and expanding your horizons.
Right, because everyone who's achieved great things has faced setbacks along the way.
Exactly. And it's those experiences that shape them and ultimately lead to their biggest successes. So the key is to see those failures as opportunities.
So how do we make that shift? How do we view them as chances to learn and grow rather than something to be avoided?
Sharma says, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why did this happen to me? It's all about reframing.
Okay, so focus on the insights gained, not dwelling on the failure itself, and then use those lessons to keep moving forward.
That's what resilience is all about. And speaking of resilience, Sharma also talks a lot about the importance of nurturing creativity and imagination.
Oh, that's something I'm always fascinated by. What does he have to say about unleashing our creative potential?
Well, he believes we're living in what he calls an imagination economy,
Imagination economy.
where the ability to come up with new ideas and solve problems creatively is essential for success.
Yeah, the world is changing so fast, the old ways just don't cut it anymore.
Right. You need to be adaptable, innovative, think outside the box.
He uses examples like Google and Apple, right? Companies that are constantly disrupting things.
Exactly. They challenge the status quo and embrace new possibilities. But how do we actually cultivate that innovative thinking?
That's the million-dollar question.
Sharma encourages us to be lifelong learners, always seeking new knowledge and perspectives. He talks about learning at intersections.
Learning at intersections, huh? What's that mean?
It means exposing yourself to a wide range of ideas and disciplines.
Oh, I get it. Instead of staying in our own little bubbles, we need to seek out diverse viewpoints.
Challenge your assumptions, expand your horizons.
And realize that we can learn something from everyone, even those who see things differently than we do.
Absolutely. That open-mindedness is key for growth and innovation. And that brings us to one of my favorite concepts from the book, ready-made greatness.
I love that phrase. What does he mean by ready-made greatness?
He's saying achieving stunning success might not be about becoming someone new, but rediscovering the best version of yourself that's already there.
Oh, I see. Tapping into our innate potential, letting go of those limiting beliefs, and embracing our authentic selves.
He compares it to Michelangelo looking at a block of marble and seeing the sculpture within. The artist's job is just to chip away everything that isn't part of that sculpture.
So we're all like blocks of marble with our own unique potential waiting to be revealed.
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
So how do we start chipping away at those limitations?
That's what I want to know.
Sharma talks about the power of our environment.
Hmm.
He says, choose your surroundings wisely. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. We become like the people we spend the most time with.
Oh, that's so true. It's easy to get pulled down by negativity if that's all you're around.
Exactly. And it's not just the people, it's also our physical environment,
Mm.
our home, our workspace, even the things we read and watch.
Our environment has a huge impact on our thoughts and feelings.
Create a space that nourishes your soul and inspires you to be your best self. And one of the simplest ways to do that is through gratitude.
Gratitude, yes. We talked about that before. How does it tie into this idea of creating a supportive environment?
Well, Sharma believes that expressing gratitude, even for small things, shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. We start appreciating what we have.
And it creates a more positive outlook, which can then influence our environment and the people around us.
Exactly. He suggests making gratitude a daily practice. A gratitude journal, writing thank you notes, or just taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around you.
It's a simple act that can have a powerful impact on our well-being.
Absolutely. And it reminds us that stunning success is not just about external achievements, but also about inner peace and fulfillment.
It's about living a life that is both successful and significant.
And that kind of life is available to everyone, no matter where you're starting from.
It's about making choices that support our growth and aspirations. But let's be real, achieving that kind of success takes effort. It's not always easy to stay motivated.
Sharma doesn't pretend it is.
So how do we keep going when things get tough? How do we stay committed to our goals when we face setbacks and challenges?
Sharma says self-respect is the key.
Self-respect.
He calls it the foundation of all other forms of respect. It's about honoring our values, our integrity, knowing our worth.
Making choices that align with our highest aspirations, even when it's hard.
Exactly. And realizing that we deserve happiness and success. We teach others how to treat us by how we treat ourselves.
So if we want respect from others, we need to start by respecting ourselves.
And that self-respect then influences everything, our relationships, our work, our overall well-being.
It all starts from within. But sometimes it feels like self-discipline and creativity are at odds. How do you balance structure with staying open to new ideas and spontaneity?
That's a great question, and something a lot of people struggle with. Sharma addresses this by emphasizing the importance of action. To act is to lead, he says.
So don't get bogged down in overthinking. Just take initiative and make things happen.
Exactly. Nothing changes until we change. To achieve stunning success, you have to be willing to put in the effort to make the changes. He calls it being a finisher, seeing things through to completion.
So it's about finding that balance between planning and action.
Develop a bias for action, but also commit to excellence. Remember, even the longest journey starts with a single step.
So for our listeners who are feeling inspired right now, what's one step they can take today to move towards their own stunning success?
Think about one action, big or small, that can make a real difference in your life, your work, or even the world around you.
It doesn't have to be a huge thing. Even a small step in the right direction can create a ripple effect.
Pick one thing and do it today. Then keep building on that momentum, because stunning success is a journey, and it starts right now.
And remember, you're not alone on this journey. There are others who have walked this path before, and there are resources out there to support you.
Reach out, connect with others, learn from their experiences.
And above all, believe in yourself.
You are capable of far more than you can imagine. The world is waiting to see what you create.